Back here on CBS Sports HQ, we're taking a look at Brad Crawford's college football playoff projections. Brad, your name is on it, but this is what you believe the committee will do on Tuesday. Take us through it.
That's correct, and I'm going to get some hate for this, but I do not think Alabama is going to drop behind Oklahoma despite losing head-to-head over the weekend. Alabama has 4 top 25 wins. Oklahoma has 3. Alabama has a better strength of record, which is a new metric this year that they've talked about, has a better strength of schedule, and game control is very, very comparable. And oh, by the way, Alabama outgained Oklahoma by 200-some yards in that game. So if you look at the outcome of that game, I know Oklahoma won, but I just do not think the committee is going to solely base it on head-to-head because they've already shown us that Miami beating Notre Dame has not necessarily helped Miami despite having the same record. So I've got Alabama as a 6th seed home game. I do have Georgia moving into that top 4. Even if Alabama gets to the SEC championship game and loses to Texas A&M, this is perfect scenario setting up for Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs. I think that they're going to get one of those top 4 seeds and a bye if they beat Georgia Tech.
All right, Mackenzie Brooks is here with us at the desk because we're going to kind of compare what Tuesday's playoff rankings look like based on what we're going to see at the end of the season. But before we get into Sportsline projections on what this is going to all end up looking like, Brad, I'm glad that you mentioned the Alabama-Oklahoma conundrum first. I think that will be the first thing that people pay attention to when these rankings come out on Tuesday. The next thing will be the ACC. So just to clarify, with Georgia Tech, do you believe that they will jump ahead of Miami in the rankings, or is this your projected ACC champion?
This is the projected ACC champion. I think Georgia Tech is going to play Virginia in the SEC championship game. Miami's not going to get there. I think Miami has to get to the ACC championship game and win to get in this playoff. I do not see Miami getting in as an at-large 10-2 team. There's simply too many teams who are also going to have 10 wins ahead of Miami. Now, Tuesday night, the Hurricanes are going to be ranked ahead of Georgia Tech in these rankings. I know it gets convoluted and crazy and takes a heavy explainer each week, but the 11 or 12 seed is going to be the ACC champion, and then the other seed is going to be the G5 champion. I do not see the G5 getting 2 teams and squeezing the ACC out.
Yeah, I mean, so when we see the bracket on Tuesday, Miami will be that placeholder because technically they'll still, as you project, be the highest ranked ACC team, but they have essentially no shot to win the ACC championship game. Is that how you see it with Sportsline, Kens?
Yeah, I do think the ACC conversation has gotten a little more interesting between UVA and Duke and all of those teams. And you go to tiebreakers and try to look at the end of the year, SMU, their odds have gotten a lot shorter too. The Ponies to make it to the ACC conference championship because they have that win over Clemson, which could look good. You have the win over Miami, etc. So a team we didn't necessarily have in the conversation that could be the team facing Georgia Tech in Charlotte, but we do think ultimately it's going to be Georgia Tech as well when you take a look at our bracket here.
Yeah, this is the Sportsline college football playoff projections for the end of the season. So Brad is explaining what will happen likely on Tuesday. Where do you see the biggest difference, Kens, between what Brad projects in the interim versus what we're going to see when it's all said and done?
There is one massive discrepancy that we believe is going to happen at the end of the year, and I asked the guys today as a team, I said, are we sticking to our guns here? Do we think Texas is going to beat Texas A&M at home at the end of the season? And we still have Texas winning that game. Wow. Slight favorites, 55%. This is college football. It is the SEC. Texas didn't look great against Georgia, obviously, but the Texas A&M looked like the best team and undefeated in SEC. Not exactly. So I don't think it's that crazy for the model to assume that could happen. If that is the case, if that's what you see Texas Tech go from 1 all the way to 4, the way these head-to-heads and tiebreakers change up. You have Georgia and Alabama in that SEC championship. We have Georgia winning there, and you have Texas A&M, dropping all the way to 7 just based off all of the strength of schedules you're going to see. As you guys mentioned, a lot of Texas A&M success has been because of the schedule they've had. So then we have Alabama at 9, Oklahoma at 8 there because of the head-to-head over Bama. But even if you look, again, this is going into the end of the season here. Oklahoma has to play Mizzou with a third-string quarterback and a banged-up LSU at the end of the year. It's not crazy to think they can win both those games. So this 8 seed can honestly be their floor here. And then we have James Madison representing the group of 5. It's very neck and neck with North Texas here. I think where we get caught up with the group of 5 in the AAC is yes, Texas has the best chance of getting to that conference championship. We can't just assume they're going to win it, right? That is a cannibalization conference, as everybody has mentioned here. So I like their chances to get there. I like JMU's chances to win the Sun Belt a lot better. And yes, they need to do it in style. I think JMU honestly needs to cover a lot of these games, not to make it about betting, but you do have to do it in style with that their strength of schedule that they do have. I just think that is a better chance than what we're going to see from the AAC once everything is said and done there.
Yeah, James Madison has already clinched a spot in the Sun Belt Championship game, so we do anticipate that will be in their future. Got to win it. Got to win it big, though. Got to cover and win some money for the bettors there. I love
counting, though.
Pay for the drinks.
Exactly. There we go. I love that you broke down the Texas A&M conundrum, because I think some people will see that and go, whoa, whoa, whoa. How did they jump down to number 7 in those rankings? So we're talking about numbers and brackets and all these things. Straight up football analysis. You think Texas can beat Texas A&M at the end of the regular season?
They don't have a shot.
Why not?
Horns down. Because what I saw from Texas
A&M looked pretty good, huh?
Well, I did, but did Ryan Wingo? Did the run game? Did the defense?
But I'm at that point where it's like, it almost be statistically more impressive to drop that many balls that fell into your hands.
They can't do it again, right?
Surely,
right. So
it's almost like,
the percentages have to go up. So I agree with that. But again, what I saw from Texas A&M yesterday, forget the talk about Marcel Reed, forget the talk about the defense. We learned a lot about two gentlemen. Mike Elko, who is at the table having talks about a contract extension. He just proved yesterday why he's worth it. And then Tommy Moffitt, strength coach of Texas A&M, let go of by LSU. He's been a popular name in the media as of recently because of that Texas A&M versus LSU matchup. But what did I learn yesterday? He has built this team to be able to withstand anything. They can play for a full 60-minute matchup. All these things I'm saying right now, Kenzie, could you say those same things about Texas? Emily Proud, could you say those same things about Texas?
They have adversity.
And then when you do want to talk about the players, I mean, you're going to talk about Marcel Reed versus Arch Manning. Who do you trust more? Which run game do you trust more? Which defense do you trust more? The defensive line, the pass rushers for Texas A&M, Cassius Howell versus Colin Simmons at Texas. Advantage Texas A&M. And they're going to be playing at home. So now, does all of this mean anything? Not really, because they're going to play the game, and some team might play better than the other. Texas might win that game. But based on the information that I have, what I've seen, the knowledge that I have, I don't have any confidence in Texas to be able to pull out a win at Kyle Field.
I just love the idea of Texas and Texas A&M battling it out at the end of the year. Meanwhile, Texas Tech, right down the road, it's not right down the road, I know it's a big state, is going like, you guys fight it out. I'm going to get that first round bye as a Sportsline projection. We love to see it. Brad, thank you for walking us through what you think will happen on Tuesday. Thank you for projecting the end of the season. If you want more from Sportsline, you can get 60% off an annual plan right now. All you have to do is use the promo code WINNERS. You can scan that QR code. We made it very easy for you.